Hello everyone, welcome to the new MCQ video on DC machines. So let us get started. First question is, if the flux of a DC motor approaches zero, its speed will remain unchanged, approach zero, approach infinity, between zero and infinity. And here you go. And the answer is approaches infinity, because in a DC motor the speed is proportional to EB by phi, or you can say that speed is inversely proportional to the flux. So if the flux approaches zero, the speed will approach infinity. The current drawn by a 220 volt DC series motor of armature resistance 0.5 ohm and back EMF of 200 volt is 4 amps, 40 amps, 44 amps, 440 amps. And here you go. And the answer is 40 amps. This can be obtained by using the voltage equation of a DC series motor, which is back EMF equal to V minus IaRa, where V is the terminal voltage, Ia is the armature current, and Ra is the armature resistance, and the current can be obtained as 40 amps. A flywheel is normally fitted to DC series motor driving a constant torque load, separately excited DC motor driving pulse torque load, cumulatively compound motor driving constant torque load, differentially compounded motor driving pulse torque load. And here you go. And the answer is cumulatively compound motor driving constant load. So flywheel is normally fitted to cumulatively compounded motor driving constant torque loads. The speed regulation of a DC motor is given as dash NNL divided by NFL, NNL minus NFL, NNL minus NFL by NFL, NFL minus NNL by NNL, where NNL is the no load speed and NFL is the full load speed. And here you go. And the answer is NNL minus NFL by NNL. The speed regulation of a DC motor is defined as the change in speed when the load on the motor is reduced from full load to zero speed, and it is expressed as a percentage of rated full load speed. If the load current and the flux of a DC motor are held constant and voltage applied across its armature terminal is increased by 5%, the speed of the motor will reduce by 5%, increase by 5%, depend on other factors, remains unchanged. Here you go. And the answer is increase by 5%, because if the load current is constant, then the armature current is also constant. Therefore back EMF of DC motor is proportional to the terminal voltage. So 5% increase of terminal voltage means that increase in 5% of back EMF. The speed of DC motor is directly proportional to the back EMF and inversely proportional to the flux per pole, as already shown in the equation. Since the flux is also constant, the speed only depends on the back EMF, and the speed is directly proportional to the back EMF. Hence, speed is also increased by 5% with 5% increase in the terminal voltage. The direction of rotation of a DC compound motor can be reversed by interchanging shunt field connections, series field connections, armature or field connections, armature connections. And here you go. And the answer is armature or field connections. The direction of rotation of a DC compound motor may be conveniently reversed by reversing the connection of both series and shunt field windings, or maybe reversing the armature connection, but not both at the same time. Okay, not at the same time. Armature shaft must be able to withstand bending moment due to weight of the armature, any unbalanced magnetic pull on the armature core, twisting strain due to transmission of torque, all of the above. And here you go. And the answer is Obviously, all of the above. The armature shaft must be able to withstand all of these. Eighth question. In case of a compensated DC series motor, the compensating winding is provided as a separate unit in parallel with the armature winding, in parallel with the field winding, in series with the armature winding. And here you go. And the answer is in series with the armature winding. In DC series motor, compensating winding is provided in series with the armature windings to neutralize the cross-magnetizing effect of armature reaction outside the effect of interpolar winding. Maybe knowing armature reaction has two effects, the cross-magnetization and demagnetization. So this is to take care of the cross-magnetization effect. Now the ninth question. What is the condition for maximum mechanical power to be developed by a DC series motor? Back EMF equal to half the applied voltage, back EMF equal to applied voltage, back EMF equal to 0, none of the above. And here you go. And the answer is back EMF equal to half the applied voltage. So the power is given as EB into IA, where EB is the back EMF and IA is the armature current. And we know that EB is equal to terminal voltage minus IA into RA, or IA can be written as VT minus EB by RA. So power can be written like this. Now for maximum power, the derivative with respect to the back EMF should be equal to 0, and from this we can obtain the relation as EB is equal to VT by 2. So for maximum power, the condition is that Watt-Leonard control is basically a dash control method. Field control, armature resistance control, armature voltage control, field diverter control. And here you go. And the answer is armature voltage control. Watt-Leonard speed control method consists of a motor with constant excitation and applying a variable voltage to its armature to provide the required speed. Hence, it is an armature voltage control method. For very sensitive and wide speed control, the preferable control method is armature control, Watt-Leonard control, multiple voltage control, field control. And here you go. And the answer is again Watt-Leonard control. And this control is very fine speed control over the whole range from 0 to normal speed in both direction. And the motor generator set can provide speed both below and above the rated speed and in both direction. Therefore, this is the preferred method. Eddy current loss depends on frequency, flux density, thickness, and all of the above. And here you go. And the answer is all of the above, because eddy current loss is given by constant K into F square B M square. So eddy current loss will depend upon the frequency, flux density and area of eddy current loop. That is the thickness. Hysteresis loss depends on F, F square, F cube, F raised to 1.6, where F is the frequency. And here you go. And the answer is F, because hysteresis loss is given by constant into Bm raised to 1.6 into F. So it depends on frequency F. The EMF induced in the DC generator armature winding is AC, DC, AC and DC, none of the above. And here you go. Yes, the answer is obviously AC. The EMF induced in DC generator armature winding is AC, but we need DC current from DC generator. So to convert AC current to DC current, mechanical rectifier called as commutator is used. So by using commutator, we are converting this generator AC into DC, and it is also known as the mechanical rectifier. Please note that. Commutator in a DC generator is used for collecting of current, reduce losses, increase efficiency, convert AC armature current into DC. And here you go. Yes, that was an easy question because I have already discussed it converts our AC armature current into DC in a DC generator. A DC generator without commutator is a AC generator, DC motor, DC generator, induction motor. And here you go. And the answer is AC generator because a commutator is used to convert AC current into DC current. If commutator is not present, then it will act as AC generator but with huge losses. In DC machine, yoke offers mechanical protection to the machine, flux path completion, produce working flux both A and B. And here you go. And the answer is both A and B because yoke offers mechanical protection to the machine and also provides a flux completion path. In DC machine, 72 number of coils are used. What is the number of commutator segments required? 72, 36, 16, 8. And here you go. And the answer is 72. In DC machine, number of coils equal to number of commutator segments. In DC generators, brushes are used for collecting of current without any sparking, collecting of voltage, reduce eddy current loss, convert AC armature current into DC. And here you go. And the answer is collecting of DC current without any sparking. That is the use of brushes. Which of the following type of brush and their application is or are correct? Carbon brush for normal rating, electrographite for large rating, copper graphite for low voltage high current density, all of the above. And here you go. And the answer is all of the above. All of the above statements are correct. Which of the following bearings and their uses are correct? Ball bearing, small machines, roller bearings, large machines, neither one or two, that means A or B, both A and B. Here you go. And the answer is both A and B. Ball bearings for small machines and roller bearings are used for larger machines. Which of the following windings are necessary in case of all DC machines? Closed winding, lap winding, wave winding, open type winding. And here you go. And the answer is closed winding. In case of all DC machine, we must use closed winding. Lap and wave windings are used based on the requirement of voltage and current level. But winding of all DC machines should be closed. DC machine windings are full pitch, short pitch, either of these, none of the above. And here you go. And the answer is full pitch. DC machine windings are full pitch windings only because it offers a maximum induced EMF within the coil. No requirement of short pitching of the coils. Which of the following represents the commutator pitch? Number of conductors spanned by one coil at the back end of armature. Number of conductors spanned by one coil at the front end of armature. The distance between the starting of first coil and its next successive coil. Number of commutator segments between two successive coils. And here you go. And the answer is number of commutator segments between two successive coils is the commutator pitch. The final question. In a DC machine, 4-pole lap winding is used. The number of parallel paths are 1, 2, 4, 8. And here you go. And the answer is 4 because in a lap winding, number of parallel paths is equal to the number of poles. So that is all for this video. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please do like, share, and if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe and please do watch my videos on transformers. Thank you.